To refurb the Fullex XL lock systems with the Refurb kits, we need to begin by removing the existing centre case and hook and anti-lift bolt remote locking cases. On the Fullex XL system, the fixings that are used to hold these onto the strip are a very specific security fixing. They're actually a square drive security fixing, and it's a number 2 square drive. This is the sort of driver you will require to remove these screw fixings. And you'll start with the top fixing, standard thread, so anti-clockwise, and remove all of the fixing screws affixing the gearbox onto the mechanism. There are 3 for the centre case. Which then just pulls away from the strip. We will then remove our top hook and anti-lift pin case. Again, same fixings, and there are 2. And then repeat for the top, the bottom remote locking pin. Again, there will be 2. Because of the construction of the Fullex XL, when you have removed the remote locking points, it will leave the drive rods on the rear of the mechanism completely detached. So just be aware of that and make sure to keep these drive rods safe for reassembly. We will now need the components from our Fullex XL Refurb kit in order to repair and recommission the mechanism. In this case, the kit will comprise of the central gearbox element. This gearbox is a latch and a hook with an upwards facing hook, and a top remote locking case with an anti-lift pin and a hook, and the anti-lift pin is the top element, and the bottom remote locking case, which again is an anti-lift pin and a hook, with the anti-lift pin being the bottom element. And this is affixed to the mechanism with 7 of the number 2 square drive security screws, and there is 1 screw that is shorter than the others, and this screw is for the central fixing of the gearbox. So now that we're ready to reassemble our multi-point lock using the components from the Refurb kit, we're going to start at the bottom end of the lock with the bottom hook and anti-lift bolt case. And to fit this, we're also going to need the section of drive rod which has got the 90-degree return in it, and that is positioned like this with the return facing backwards from the faceplate. And on this end of it there's a T section, and on the drive rod that continues on the mechanism there's also a T section, and these T sections interlock with the notches that are cut out in the drive mechanism for the hook case. So with the hook case in the unlocked position, what we're looking to do is line up the locking points with the apertures. So the smallest aperture at the bottom, then the larger one for the hook. We've got to line the locking points up with those while simultaneously lining up these T-sections so that they interlock with the notches in the case drive mechanism. So, to do this, the easiest way is to position the lock case like this, get everything looking square, and then position the faceplate down on top of it with everything lined up with roughly where you need it to be. So in this case, that's my top rod engaged. See, that's not moving freely, that's being retained. And then I also need to get my bottom one in. Making sure that 90-degree return is pointing backwards. We don't want to get this all put together with it the wrong way around. Drop that in to those notches. And that's held secure as well. So that's how we want that. And then we're going to take two of our number 2 square drive fixings, making sure they're two of the same length. We don't want to use that little one at this stage. And secure those. Keep that pressure down on it so that the T sections can't dislocate from the notches on the drive rods, which is what tends to happen if you let it spring up. And we're now going to move on to our top locking point. So we're going to leave the gearbox for a moment and move on to our top locking point. And we have to first of all make sure shouldn't be here at all, that that's slid out of the way. And we're ready to start looking at our top locking point. For that, we will also need this extra bit of drive rod that we disassembled from the original mechanism. And this is the one that hasn't got the 90-degree return on it. So this is just a straight drive rod and it's the same both ends. And that will be positioned to engage underneath our top locking point. So this time round, our small aperture is at the top of the mechanism and the larger aperture is at the bottom of the mechanism. And again, we can see how this corresponds. So our T section will engage in the notches of the locking case drive, and there's a T section at the top, T section at the bottom, and then we're lining up our locking points with the windows, with the aperture. So again, the easiest way to do this is with the lock case facing upwards so we can see all the internals. We get everything positioned where it is relative to each other on the faceplate. So that will need to start there. That's very close to that. And this one will need to be somewhat further away. We can actually lay this one in. Doing that might make it a little bit more awkward, but we'll give that a go first of all. Okay, so that's everything where it needs to be. So we need two more of our number 2 fixings, square drive fixings, and we're going to clamp this all down in position. first one in. Again, as with all these refurb kits, cautious not to over tighten anything. These are all threads which can be easily stripped, so and it's now a case of our centre case. So, with our top and bottom lock cases in place, we should now see this sort of configuration where we've got a T section at the top and this 90-degree return at the bottom. And we should now have our centre case, again in the unlock position, as has been the case with the top and bottom cases that we fitted. And we've got 3 screws remaining, one of which is shorter than the other 2. And the short one, as we've said, will be for the centre fixing in the middle. So again, we have a section here that our T drive will engage. We need to line that up roughly with where it's going to be. And we've got a drive rod here with a notch out of it that this 90-degree will line up with. And you can see the notch and where that needs to sit in relation to this this 90-degree return. And once they're roughly where you want them to be, again, it's usually easiest to lay the lock down flat. And peer through the side to manipulate these into position. Needs to be. And that's the top one. Let's start clamping it down with the fixings. Again, the shorter fixing screw, machine screw, will go in the centre fixing point. And then the furthest screw hole away is the last one for the bottom fixing screw. And that is job done. A refurbed Fullex XL mechanism.